part two of that video that I'm putting out, of the second video today. Um, and continuing on with my thought, um, if you're watching, if you have not watched the first part of this video and have no idea what I'm talking about, go watch that real quick. I'll wait. Uh, for those of you that have already seen it and are now watching part two, here's my thoughts. Uh, the coaches need to be aware of what's going on by around games 3 or 4. That's essentially where you're going to start spotting the problems, because you're comfortable with the team. You've understood what you're looking at. You've understood uh, where your strengths and weaknesses are, and by that point, you'll know. You will absolutely know where your problem is. Here's the difference between Shula and Norv Turner. Norv Turner, if he spots a problem, he will immediately say something to you on the coaching staff. I've seen him do it when he was coaching in San Diego. So, I mean, that's the positive of bringing him in to Charlotte. One of many positives. And I think if he spots a problem on the line, if he spots a problem with wide receivers, running backs, quarterbacks, whatever it may be, he will speak up. And that's exactly what this team needs right now. Because we're on the pinnacle of either having 3 or 4 of our best players retire and being reduced to trying again from the depth of our depth chart that we've been building for 3 or 4 years under Marty and Gettleman. So, or we can go for it all, which is what Marty is trying to do. And we'll see how that strategy works out for him. I like what he's built up. We do have $3 million left in cap space. That does concern me. So, I mean, and I just heard that Trey Boston got picked up by Arizona. He was an option, and I believe there was a guy. There were rumors about Earl Thomas from Seattle, but why would we pick up an old guy that's only going to give you a year? That's not smart. You're going to pay $3 million in cap space for 1 year of Earl Thomas and then let him go like a catfish? This just doesn't make any sense. That's why I agreed with Marty not making a move. Let's see what we have first. You know, letting Trey Boston end up on in Arizona is not a terrible thing, but it would have been nice to have him, in my opinion. But the negatives outweigh the positives. Let's put it that way. He does know the system. He also knows Eric Wilkes' system that he's trying to build in Arizona as the new head coach. So I could totally understand why he would want to go there. 100% agree with that decision, Trey. Congrats on getting signed there, and I hope that works out for you. Hopefully we don't play Arizona anytime soon. But, yeah, because I've seen Arizona pick up at least a small handful of our players that we dropped. So we'll see how that works out when we eventually end up playing against them. The thing is, we know their strengths and their weaknesses. All right, getting back to my original point, which was Stone's comment about Michael Stone's comment about back to back, not having back to back winning seasons. Uh, you know, we've had so many setbacks. Ryan Khalil got it hurt last year. I mean, we still managed to get. Was that last year or the year before? Either way, we still ended up with 11 wins regardless. I thought that schedule was really favorable for us. Um, there's a lot of position battles going into training camp, so we'll see what happens there. And I understand your position. I do about the back-to-back non-winning seasons, uh, not flying in the South. Here's the thing, though: the years that we didn't have a winning season, we at least played respectably enough to be in the playoff hunt, except for that one year under Gettleman. And I believe the year right when Ron was hired was also another year that happened. Um, However, uh, we did manage to play up to the competition. We did split with the Falcons, so I mean, we beat the Bucks. So I mean, we were in contention every single year. The problem has and always been the Saints. And I'll say that again. The problem has and always been the Saints. They beat us 3 times last year. 3. That's unacceptable. This year, the goal is to not only win one game against them, but hopefully 2, and not see them again in the playoffs. Because if we see Drew Brees in the playoffs again, we might be in trouble. you know, I with a suspect defense that just got filled in this offseason, we don't know what to expect, but we know exactly what Brees is capable of. And we also need to hope to God that Matt Ryan does not get an O-line. Because if he gets an O-line, we're in trouble from both fronts. So the experts are right on both of those teams. The Falcons are extremely dangerous when Matt Ryan has the line. Brees is even more dangerous without a line. So take all that into consideration. That's what this division battle has been for us over the past few years. And it's not been an easy one. We cannot let off the gas. And I've told people this in the fan base, and I've told people this in the fan groups, in private chat, whatever have you. We cannot let off the gas. And I think Ron got the message last year because we got 11 wins. And we powered through those teams that we needed to win against. The one that still haunts me, man, the one that still haunts me is the Bears. Why? Of all the teams to lose to on that schedule, the Bears. Against our former coach, John Fox. That one still haunts my brain. I don't know about y'all, but I know it haunts mine. So, be that as it may, that did count as one of our losses. However, we did get 11, and we were in the hunt. Sometimes even 10 wins is not enough. We have to get 11. That's why the NFC is so tough these days. It's a lot tougher than it used to be to win it. If you remember the Jake Delhomme days, we were able to compile enough wins to get in there and stay in the wild card hunt. And it wasn't easy. Even then, even with a stacked team and Steve Smith, it still wasn't easy. So I mean, you take all that into consideration. This is a tough division. I've often compared it to the AFC West, where you've got the Broncos, you've got the Raiders, you've got Kansas City, and you've got San Diego now in the hunt. Like, this is... The Broncos have fallen off the wheels last year, but who knows? They might come back. I'm not gonna speculate on that, but yeah, you got hungry teams playing for wild card spots. We don't want to be in that wild card hunt. We want to be above the wild card hunt, and that's what I keep telling everybody in the fan base. 11 wins is a must from here on. We got it last year. We're working with a new secondary, a new set of people. They're going through the system. Ron knows what he's doing. Trust in him. Hopefully that answers your question, Mr. Stone. Thank you very much for the question and the comments, and hopefully we have a great year this year instead of a down year. I'm hoping this breaks the cycle. I got a feeling it will. So if you're going to training camp this weekend, Friday and Saturday, I will see you there. Until then, keep pounding. I might do a live stream, just so you know. If I do, it'll be Madden to celebrate the new training camp day 1. So, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel and for supporting me. I know my comments and views are not always popular, but, you know, it is what it is. I've accepted it for what it is. So, hopefully you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you soon. Keep pounding.